Hello and welcome to our final year of Goddess Magic practice video for 2025. This month, our theme is claim, and the goddess we are honoring is Lilith. So as always, you can head over to 30daysofgoddess.com for your printable snapshot card pack, as well as additional printable resources. And if you're a member of the Goddess Magic community on Patreon, thank you so much for being a member. And there you will find your Lilith packet and your rituals for this month, as well as your additional expanded resources. So welcoming you to December, to this month of naming and claiming our magic, as well as a month of restoration and renewal. So inviting you to take a nice deep breath, settling into yourself, into your body, into your landscape of living, your internal landscape and your external landscape, what the land around you holds right now. Presencing yourself in that landscape of living. Inviting yourself in, inviting yourself home, inviting yourself into center. So thank you so much for having traveled with me around this wheel of the year. Next year, our shape in general will be a little bit of a different shape, similar but different, in that we are going to be exploring what I'm calling a Book of Magic Days. So it's a fresh start resource for creating a daily practice that fits your life. It will include printable decks for each month and a book which you can either use to fold into your existing 30 Days of Goddess prayer book practice, or you can use completely from scratch, starting from now. We will also be moving it with an 8 goddess wheel of the year in our Goddess Magic Mystery School over here on Patreon. So those are the two primary offerings for 2026, and I invite you to join me. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing public practice videos like this in 2026 or not. I may just be doing them live with the Goddess Magic community for Book of Magic Days and for the Goddess Magic Mystery School. So those are the two core offerings for 2026, and I invite you to join me over there. That is patreon.com/goddessmagic. Meanwhile, back to December, rounding out this wheel of the year with Lilith and our theme of claim. So I wanted to remind you, just as we're coming out of an Inanna month and descending, I wanted to invite you to listen to the Crone of Winter with this little short reading from the excerpt from A Year of Goddess Magic. It is now that we draw close to the crone of winter, to her warm hearth and her nourishing cauldron. We are invited to enjoy tea and touch and tenderness. We are invited to remember that our lives belong to us, the choice makers and joy birthers. We are sovereign in our bodies and whole within our souls. We can create and live lives we love. So that is the invitation of this month, to name what you crave and long for, and to claim it in your own name, to claim your own space for yourself, to claim your own time, to claim your own life, and to create and live a life you love. So this isn't a time for action or leaping forward into making all these things come true, but it's a time for incubating, for steeping, for retreating into the cave and contemplating, for considering, for evaluating those things that will help you create a life you love. So we can indeed create and live lives we love. And sometimes that involves letting things go. That's why fall is such a powerful opportunity to reflect. That's why taking some time out to rest in the cave allows us space and grace to listen, to contemplate and consider and decide what we want to carry back out of the cave with us into the light and the beckoning light of a new year, into Imbolc with its seeds of promise, etc. So anyway, lots of things to consider in December, but the primary invitation is taking some time to rest and contemplate. And consider. And then that is how you claim what it is that you crave. So some questions to consider this month. What are you claiming? What are you reclaiming? What have you uncovered and discovered as you descended with Inanna that you now want to claim in this month of Lilith? Do you feel free? Do you feel free to explore living a life you love? Do you feel free? And if you don't, is there something that you can let go of? Sometimes we cling on to old identities, old patterns, old habits, even old things that we used to enjoy. We cling on to them because it feels scary to let them go. And when we set them down, we realize there's freedom on the other side. How do you express yourself? Do you have enough space for dreaming? Do you have enough space for contemplation? What have you perhaps been suppressing or denying that you are ready to claim? Then, do you give yourself space and grace to rest? Remembering in the winter that restoration is the antidote to depletion. We may feel depleted and stretched thin at this time of year, and restoration is the antidote to depletion. When you pause to listen, what do you hear? And what is your deepest magic? What is longing to be expressed? What is longing to sing through you? How might you name and claim that? And then finally, consider, what does the crone of winter have to teach you? What does your landscape have to teach you? What does the crone of winter have to teach you? Okay, so again, from our guidebook excerpt, I wanted to share a couple of quotes about winter, and this is there's so many good ones, and my favorite that I share over and over and over again every winter, why not share it again? When winter comes to a woman's soul, she withdraws into her inner self, her deepest spaces. She refuses connection, refutes all arguments that she should engage in the world. She may say she is resting, but she is more than resting. She is creating a new universe within herself, examining and breaking old patterns, destroying what should not be revived, and feeding in secret what needs to thrive. Look into her eyes, this winter woman. In their gray spaciousness, you can see the future. Look out of your own winter eyes. You too can see the future. And that comes from Patricia Monahan in Seasons of the Witch. But how are you seeing with winter eyes? If you're looking into the eyes of the winter woman, the crone of winter, what do you see? And what do you see when you look with your own winter eyes? What do you see when you look with your own winter eyes? How are you feeding in secret what needs to thrive? So then another wonderful quote, this one from Hero Boga, that thing that you shoulda, oughta, gotta do but aren't doing, kiss it tenderly and wave goodbye. Trust the gifts of resistance, divine timing, right relationship with yourself, your soul, and your rambling creativity. Make friends with patience, with uncertainty. Today, embrace your meandering progress. Trust your soul. It is spinning a dance whose choreography your body knows. Daily work done imperfectly, done with love and devotion, adds up to a life that serves and blesses far beyond the visible horizon. And then another great one, this one from Jody Doty. Sometimes I need to rest, to hibernate into calm, to heal, to dream, to curl into my soul and remember so I can love the world new again. And I think this is really important to acknowledge, is that when we take these times of retreat, of rest and renewal and replenishment, it's not because we're rejecting everybody or we're quitting the world. It's so that we have that opportunity for restoration, to heal depletion, and so we can love the world new again. So we have enough time to listen. We have enough time to listen to ourselves so that we can emerge with something new to offer, or with something that is uniquely ours to offer, or that's something that has come from this time spent kind of stewing in the soul, stewing with the soul in the cave of contemplation. Then we have the capacity to love the world new again, instead of feeling burned out or depleted or worn or exhausted. And that's one of the reasons I'm going ahead and changing up how I'm approaching things with my Patreon community and with 30 Days of Goddess and Book of Magic Days in 2026, is because this is part of how I love the world new again, is continuing to follow the inspiration and changing what I'm doing so that it doesn't become stale or crumbled or confining, but instead it can continue to liberate and expand and invite exploration and inspiration and connection and discovery. I love discovering and uncovering, and that's what I feel like a daily practice invites us into. That magic of regular devotion leads to kind of endless opportunities for discovering and uncovering. We all need space to listen. So another reminder this time. This is a reminder prayer from the guidebook, and yeah, so I've got a lot of readings for this video, but this one is a good a reminder to us. I speak sometimes at this time of year of the sweet song of your own approval. What's the sweet song of your own approval? And here's a reminder. It is exhausting to always try to fix yourself. The quest for perfection never ends. Today, may you remember, life is not one long self-improvement project. This is also excerpted on one of the snapshot cards. It is an unfolding process of discovery, becoming, and change. You are a magical woman or a magical person. May you claim your power and inhabit your wisdom. May you root deep in the cycles of this land and your life. May you extend to touch the infinite and smile in recognition of your own belonging. May you welcome serenity as it enfolds you. May you be open to peace as it infuses you. Return, return, return. You are here. This magic is yours to live and claim, to know and name. To live and claim, to know and name. So I feel like I've kind of tossed a lot of things at you at once, but I really do hope you will take some time this month to step into the cave. And the cave, we talked about this during our Live, Simple, and Sacred Circle in November. The cave is not like a claustrophobic closed-in space, but it's more like a cavern of possibility, a cavern of restoration, rest, and renewal, where you can gather by the crone of winter's side and help her stir the cauldron and stir your own life into something that will be fulfilling and nourishing and enriching and hearty and true to you. So I am going to go ahead and share another poem, The Crone of Winter. I speak about a lot at this time of year. The Crone of Winter, the Queen of Winter, the Bone Mother. I had a dream once that said, listen to the Bone Mothers, listen to the Bone Mothers. And this is the time of year in which we listen to the Bone Mothers. And so this poem is called Peace and Pausing. I hear her again this morning, the crone of winter, bone woman, time's daughter, cauldron keeper, cave tender. She speaks in crow call on the horizon and in the frost silvering the deck. Her gentle mist rises up from the valley to enfold the trees and soothe busy minds. Hush, child, she says. There is much that clamors and calls, I know. There is much to prepare and tend. And even though this is true, when she turns towards the cave, we let her lead us there. Steam rising from the cauldron of possibility and a hearth fire blazing. The tea is on, the flames are bright, and we find ourselves settling instead of scrambling. With a spark of knowing in her eyes, she invites us to sit, and we do, suddenly remembering that descent and darkness, stillness and silence are the reasons for the season. So we breathe deep and watch the flames. The steam from our teacups rises up to smooth our eyebrows, and our shoulders soften as we let go for a time into the waiting place. This slow, simmering cauldron of choice and change, where we allow wisdom to steep and the flavors of creativity and curiosity to blend gently with the tastes of peace and pausing. Blending gently with the tastes of peace and pausing. So I invite you to take some time to steep, to rest this month, allowing, not rushing forward to make new changes or to do new things, but instead to let those flavors of creativity and curiosity blend with the taste of peace and pausing. And truly now, here's the last reading for this month's video and this month's practice. And this one is about kneeling at the feet of mystery. And excuse me, I need a drink there. I did want to remind you that we are doing a live winter solstice ritual on Patreon. It's free and open to anybody who wants to join. On the 22nd, on Monday the 22nd, will be a free winter solstice ritual taking place live on Patreon. And so we will actually explore this poem as a little bit of a kind of a mini guided meditation experience during that retreat. But I'm going to go ahead and read it to you now, and then you can join us live and we'll do it together in person. We step into a cold and quiet pause in which to gather up the sparkles of this year. Hold them gently in your hands, some bright and beautiful, some sharp and aching. Bring them close to your heart. Let them be warmed by your breath and soothed by your heartbeat. Admire them, bless them, thank them. Then open your hands and let them dance away back into the current of time. Settle into your heart space and inquire into desire, pausing to listen and learn from what is truly here right now. Kneel at the feet of mystery. Kneel at the feet of mystery. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for walking through this wheel of the year with me during a year of Goddess Magic. Thank you for participating in 30 Days of Goddess. I look forward to sharing space with you next year with Book of Magic Days and the Goddess Magic Mystery School. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. May you allow yourself to cocoon with stillness. Thanks so much. Keep living your magic, everybody. Bye-bye.